What's the quickest way to sabotage your own house sale? Stay tuned to find out. My name's Jill Crumpler, and I'm a realtor in Savannah, Georgia with Keller Williams Coastal Area Partner. And welcome back to my YouTube channel, gacoastalrealestate.com. Today we're going to talk about how to sabotage your own house sale. So things that you should not do if you want your house to sell. The first way to sabotage the sale of your home: incorrectly fill out the seller's property disclosure. I cannot tell you how many times I have seen people fill it out or leave something blank. You shouldn't be doing that. You want to disclose as much as possible. That way the buyer knows exactly what they're getting into and it doesn't come back to bite you later on an inspection. One of the most common mistakes that I see, especially here in the South, is the termite bond. There is a section, at least here in Georgia, on our seller's property disclosure where it says, do you have a termite bond? Is it transferable? Most people check yes when they have a pest control service. They don't realize that a termite bond is something different. It's when the pest control company comes out and they have looked at your house every which way possible. They have certified that there are no active termites, that there hasn't been previous damage, and they're going to continuously treat the property. That way you will not get termites. Now, a lot of people assume that just because they have someone come out and get a termite letter means that they have a termite bond. It's not the same thing. So make sure when you are filling that portion out that you're doing it correctly and you know what you actually have versus what you don't have. Second quickest way to sabotage your own house sale: don't keep up with your lawn. We want people to think that you don't give a crap about your house. Then you should definitely let the grass grow, let the weeds just go wild. Don't pick up after dogs or anything like that, because people are definitely not going to want to walk onto that grass. It's crazy, right? I can't tell you how many houses I have pulled up to, even if the house is vacant, that the lawn isn't taken care of. And it really just makes everything look shabby. So if you aren't there and your property is vacant and it's still for sale, find a teenager down the street or ask your neighbors for recommendations on a lawn care company, because I promise you it will make a big difference in the way the house looks. I get it, lawn care can be entirely overwhelming. However, do the basics. Mow the lawn, pull the big weeds, pull as many of them as possible. And if you can, try to do the edging. I know that's kind of a hassle, but that is the basic lawn maintenance right there. And it makes a world of difference when you are looking at a house. I promise you, buyers look at that type of stuff. Another way to quickly sabotage your house sale is limiting showing times. Now, I get it. I have 4 kids. I totally understand the hassle of packing everybody up, making sure the house is perfect and show ready when you have little kids around. I get it. It's a hassle. But if you require 24 hours notice, if you require, it can only be shown on the weekends or only during this 45-minute period, that's really gonna hurt you. A lot of times, I've had many times where we're driving around the neighborhood and we'll call up and say, hey, we're in the neighborhood, we finished a showing, would you possibly be able to fit us in? Now, I can understand needing 30, 45 minutes. I get it. That'll give you time to pack kids up, do a quick cleanup before they show up. But that's great, because a lot of times buyers are just driving around the neighborhood and they see your house and they're like, hey, can we stop and look at that one? The last thing that you want to say is no, because then you may have missed out on a chance for them to see your house. One of my biggest suggestions for my sellers is that we use a program called Centralized Showing Service. It is an app that we use here in the Savannah, Georgia area, and what it does is basically the realtor will request on behalf of their buyers, hey, we want to see this house between this time period and this time period, and it sends a request to you, the seller. Now, based on what you have going on, you can either approve that or deny that. My suggestion is to approve them as much as possible. The more showings you get, the less time your house will spend on the market. If you have a kid that is napping, or you really are just, your hands are tied and you cannot get out of this house for them to come look at it, here's my other suggestion. Give your realtor a call, explain to them why you're canceling, and suggest another time. I have had this happen several times, and it's great to let them know that, hey, I'm willing to work with you. I just can't make it work right this second. So that's a good thing. Be as flexible as possible. Another way to quickly sabotage your home sale is to not have professional pictures. If you have a listing agent who walks in and starts taking listing photos with their camera or their cell phone, stop them. Stop them right there. If they're not willing to pay for professional pictures, they are not investing in you or your house. If they really just flat out won't pay for professional pictures, but you really want to stick with them, my suggestion is pay for them out of your own pocket, because they make a world of difference. Most buyers are previewing their homes online on different sites, possibly their realtor's app, before they even step foot into the neighborhood. They're gonna scroll through the pictures and they're gonna see, oh yeah, this looks great. Pictures can do you a lot of good. They can make things look bigger, brighter. Now, when they come in, they'll be like, oh, it's not quite as big as I thought it'll be. And sometimes they can be really deceiving. You'll walk in and you're like, oh wow, this is way bigger than the picture made it look. So do yourself a favor and hire a professional photographer. Okay, I'm dead serious on this one. This is an absolute must. You need to do this. Another way to sabotage your sale is to overprice your house. Now, here's the thing with overpricing your house. I understand that you love it and you know it's worth this amount. But if your realtor is telling you that, hey, the market only allows for this price, please listen to them. They know the market. And you, just because you think that you can get that price doesn't mean that you're going to. You might, but it's going to sit there for a long time. And here's the problem with properties sitting on the MLS. Buyers think that either there's something wrong with them, which may or may not be the case, or you have a certain budget that you want to hit and you're not willing to compromise. That's off-putting. Buyers automatically assume that if something has been on the market for more than a few weeks, there's something wrong with it. So please, 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 please listen to your realtor when you list your house. Listen to them and take their pricing recommendation. They are the expert. Here we are at our last way to sabotage your own sale is to not do the little things. What do I mean by little things? Do the dishes. I know it's silly, but you know, walking into a house that you think might potentially be yours is full of dirty dishes in the sink. One, it can usually smell, and two, it just doesn't look good. It looks very unpleasant and makes your house look dirty, which is not what you want. Make the beds. I know I hate making the beds. I think it's the dumbest thing in the world, because I'm like, well, why? I'm gonna just crawl right back in at the end of the day. This is pointless, but it makes the room look put together. So take the 5 minutes. If you know, like, oh gosh, I've got 20 minutes and I need to quickly pick up the house, make your bed, do the dishes, and here's the last one. Put the toilet seat down. I can't tell you how many times we've walked into a house and whether or not the toilet bowl is clean, like, please put it down. It's just a gross thing. And honestly, when I'm in houses, if I'm in an open house, if I'm showing a house, if I see a toilet lid open before my client gets to it, I will close that sucker, because it's just gross. Nobody needs to see the inside of the toilet. Thank you guys for watching today. My name's Jill Crumpler. I'm a realtor in Savannah, Georgia. Do you guys have any other tips for how to sabotage your sale? Comment down below and let me know. Don't forget to hit subscribe and to click the little bell icon. That way you get notified every time I post new content. See you guys next time. Is to, and I can't remember it, and the little bell notification. Don't forget. I can't talk today. I really can't.